this is an Oshcosh P-15, which is probably the world's largest fire engine. Built and designed in the early 70s, the late 70s. Built and designed in the late 70s, it weighs in at about 60 tonne fully laden with water. It holds 9,000 gallons, is it? It holds 6,000 gallons of water. And it's powered by two Detroit V8s, turbocharged and supercharged engines. This one at the front here, you have an engine at the front and an engine at the back. This one was a little bit poorly and the engine has been replaced, but we haven't really got round to finishing it off. But the other engine at the back works lovely. So you have two engines, they're about 500 horsepower each, and some crazy transmission that marries the two engines together. So the vehicle's over 1,000 horsepower or thereabouts when it's running properly. And you need that when it comes to pumping water. If you can see from down here, some quite hefty water pipes, and I will find the details, but this thing can pump water a crazy distance with these massive cannons on the top. So let's show you up here. There's literally a staircase to get up to the cannons. Follow me. So this is one of the two water turrets when you'd be using this to put out aircraft fires like this. So if you come here, we're literally aiming at a Now, this is so powerful, if you were to fire at this distance, it would actually damage the aircraft. So people that have used these would know, we should never be that close to a plane. But I think this would have a fair chance of probably getting water to that hangar over there in the distance if you aimed it high enough. Which is pretty mental, isn't it? Someone would probably go, no it wouldn't. But could you imagine having a water cannon fire? Do you think you can aim it at the one at the front? You literally could, look. Oh no, you can't. That's a shame. You have a turret here at the back, and you also have another turret that sits over the front engine, but at the minute this deck's been took off because carrying out maintenance to the engine. But that turret should sit there, so you'd have one cannon over the cab and another cannon over the rear, and two giant water tanks in here. It could be one giant one. I think one might have foam in and one water. Let's have a look in here, shall we? How do you work this? Can't, because that's there. But there's a massive tank there full of water, 6,000 gallons of water. You wouldn't want to drown in there, would you? Right, let's show you around the engines. So this is the rear Detroit engine, the one that's currently working and all original. It's quite for the size of the machine, it's quite a small engine. Oh, there's a bird's nest up here. Let's hope they're not nesting. No eggs, we're safe. Should have noticed that first. But yeah, so how the transmission works, I'm not sure. I think what we'll do in a minute, we'll climb underneath and have a quick look at that. So this vehicle is 45 foot long, 10 foot wide, and 13 foot high. It's absolutely massive, isn't it? Let's have a look in some of the lockers. Booster heater. I've never heard of a booster heater, but that is a booster heater. Looks more like a flux capacitor. No idea what's going on here. What's in here? Hose reel. No, that's a proper hose, isn't it? Hasn't been used in a day or two, has it? Hell of a hose. What's in this one? Brake linings. Not sure that's what they're supposed to be. They don't look like they're off this. Water pump. No idea what I'm looking at. Some electric here. You wouldn't think you'd put electrics around a water pump, but that must be that's a water tank over there, isn't it? God, how high the water is above our heads. I think that's got 6,500 gallons of water in at that height. Imagine going around a corner at. In fact, how fast does this thing go?
Probably not very. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. It's 1,000 horsepower. Built for speed. Built for speed.
Almost 60 tons.
Yeah. So these were the pumps that we're having trouble with. There should be two pumps, one per engine. One engine's playing up at the minute, so I've just been running off that pump. I think this fuel tank's full of poo because someone's lost the fuel filler cap. Bless her. That's a tiny fuel tank for such a massive thing, but I suppose they're not doing long journeys, is it? It's just they need it, so Look at the size of some of these axles. Jack could live in this thing or under it. So it looks like it is. It's full 8-wheel drive. Has it got proper diff lock? Can't see. God, the brake drums are absolutely massive, the brake shoes.
You want to show them?
Yeah, so past it here. Don't know what they can see.
Not a lot from mine,
Yeah. It don't probably look it on the video, but this thing is absolutely built like a brick poo house.
What's this thing called?
What's which thing? That's a water drain, I think. Massive, great. Look at this. You don't want to be ran over by this thing. I'm going to go for a little wander underneath and see what gearbox is in it. Coming up to the transfer box. God, it's a hell of a thing. Look at the drive shaft from the engine. Is that the gearbox then? Is that the transfer box? Or... oh! That's interesting. So, that engine runs the back axles, and the front engine looks like it runs the front axles. It doesn't look like there's a direct shaft linking the two. But how on earth does that work? There's all pumps and pipe work in between the two drop boxes. That's crazy. How on earth does that work? So on this, if you've only got one engine running, you've only got half a vehicle. You've only 4-wheel drive, not 8. Look at that for a steering front axle. That is massive compared to a bloody Land Rover or something like that. So it's been stood here for about 2 years. I parked here a little while ago, and something it's always worth doing on this, we'll go and drain the water out of the diesel tank because it doesn't have a fuel cap and it tends to get water in it over time. So we'll go and drain that first. We'll check the engine oil, check the water, and we'll set up an extinguisher CO2 on the intake just in case it runs away, because Detroits have a habit of running away. Let's drain the fuel first. That's just rusty water. We've got any fuel in it at all. I've took the air intake off, put the extinguisher in, because it hasn't started in a while. They have a habit of not running away as such, but the injectors get stuck on max fuel, so it can be a little bit scary, and we don't want it dropping into gear and ramming anything. So I think when we first crank it, I'll stay here. If it tries to run away, I can stop the engine quickly and safely like that. Right. Check the oil, that's okay. Just got to check the water now. Do that next. I don't know where that is. Water dipstick. Oh yeah, she's got water. It just got a bit of a rusty sediment on the top. I don't know what I'm smelling. Does that smell sweet?
That's my own.
Okay, I'm not going to taste it. It's poisonous antifreezes. I think that it's got water. The batteries have disappeared since I last came. No matter, we have got 2 jump packs, so this will be a good test for it. For anyone wondering what jump packs I use these Dura ones. They're on eBay, they're about £190 a piece, and they're actually really good. They're probably a different brand, but that's the thing anyway. Right, see if we've got any power in the couch.
Oh god, the nettles. Ow.
Huh?
The nettles got me.
Climb up here.
Hang on, can you take that for a second? I need to require both hands for this. Okay.
Right, let's see. That made something. Ignition seems to be working. Right, we're only running off the rear engine because the rear engine is the only one that works at the moment. So in a minute I'm going to ask you to start it by clicking that up. That should start it cranking. I'm going to be ready with the extinguisher in case it runs away. It should be in neutral. You shouldn't need to give it any revs, it should start up. Power is on.
Nick.
Hello. Give her a crank, Tay.
Hello?
Yeah, crank it over.
And again?
Yeah, try again. I'm getting a bit of smoke. And again.
I can't hear you. There's no bloody signal, is there?
And again. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Well, it didn't run away. Seems to be alright, Jay. Seems to be okay. Looks like it's charging. What a babe. Oh, it sounds like it's dying down a bit. Oh, spotlight's working. Let's go and see if it's building air up in the cab. It's like the Amazon Delta around here, isn't it? With all the stuff. That started pretty well considering it hadn't been ran for so long. Hopefully now it should build up a bit of air pressure. We've got oil pressure, engine water temp. Where's the air? RPM's working, air's over there, isn't it? Yeah, it's building up. Oh. Yeah.
That noise is really irritating as well.
Stopped for no reason then, and now I can hear a bit of gurgling. Weird. Right, so the fuel pump doesn't seem to be fuel pumping. And I'm guessing that this filter is absolutely clogged, which is what it's looking like.
Like porridge.
That's probably why it ain't starting. Or also running for a bit and stopping. Right, well, we need to get that cleaned out and then have another go, and hopefully we can get somewhere before it blocks it straight back up again. That is clearly...
It's like sawdust.
It's not nice, is it? It's literally poo. So a great big 60-ton 8x8 can be just stopped with just a little bit of poo in the filter. Just like a lot of things, and I don't think I brought any brake cleaner, did I? Expensive brake cleaner. That's working a treat. We'll have this up and running in there.
Oh yes.
Oh, look at that, it's like brand new. You could eat your dinner off it.
Filter your tea bag through it.
As long as you don't mind diarrhea afterwards. At least someone's screaming about it. Oh, you can't use it for that. And you got nothing else. Field repair.
Now, what did Bear Grylls say? Something about...
Eating his own piss.
No, like adapt to overcome something.
Yeah, but he's followed around with a massive film crew with everything he possibly could ever
So are
need.
you.
Oh, my hell. Oh. That's leaked all over my groin. The fuel pump's back on. Just going to see if anything's pumping out of here. looks like it. Starting to get the air out. Cool. Oh, I'll try cranking her again. Pressure, so I'm going to pop it into gear. I'm going to try and back it back. Just stand where you can't get run over, because who knows what will happen. How to drive the biggest fire engine in the world. Right, to drive your Oshkosh, all you do is simply push down to release your handbrake, put your foot on the brake, select drive, just like a Jaguar really, and then a little bit of acceleration. And we're away.
Oh my God.
We can't go far because we need to move some bits about. And then reverse. That's in gear. Can't see anything looking behind. The mirrors, massive vehicle, and the mirrors are about the size of a Ford KA.
I wouldn't go too far back because you were quite close to that line body before.
You worried that much? Might shoot something. Right, shall we see if the engine shutdown works?
Hang on, that car.
It works! To be fair, this is an absolute babe. Hope you all enjoyed this strange video on the world's largest fire engine. Any questions, do feel free to ask, because I ain't got a clue, and if anyone knows a little bit more about these vehicles, I'd like to know a little bit more about the history, how many were built, and if anyone actually still uses them. And if there are, I'd like to see some photos. Or if someone knows any history on this particular one, number 5, please leave a comment. And we will see you again in another video, and it probably will be a tank related one. Thanks for watching. See you later.